Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I didn't do this last year because my channel was like super new and I hadn't really done anything on this channel, so I wanted to like get some actual videos out before I did the book freakout tag. Yeah, so I'm doing it this year. I'm just gonna get right into it. I have the questions all right here. Let's get started. Okay, best book so far, definitely The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and I also have another one which is And the Mountains Echoed by Khaled Hosseini. The Song of Achilles is a retelling of the Trojan War from like Patroclus' perspective, kind of like follows Patroclus and Achilles like throughout their entire lives, which it was fantastic, nothing bad to say about it. I will have a full review at some point, so like stick around for that. And the Mountains Echoed is about, it's basically about this like family that gets torn apart and then like they like find each other later, kind of to generalize like a lot, and it was really good. I love Khaled Hosseini. I've read 3 of his books. I believe he has 4 out, so I've gotta get onto reading the 4th one. But yeah, it was fantastic. I love it so much. I wanted to pick just one for this answer like a normal person, but I just like these 2 books literally just like they hit me in the heart like with a hammer, and I really love them. Best sequel I think was Blue Lily Lily Blue. I read the Rain Cycle for the first time this year in January, and also the only time so far this year in January, and I really like all the books, but I think Blue Lily Lily Blue is like a really good book. Just like out of the 4 of them, it's my favorite. I think this is a pretty popular opinion. I just really liked it. I feel like it delivered on like a lot of stuff that the previous books had set up, so I really liked that about it, and I liked all the characters. I have so much love for this like book series, and like this book just really gave me everything that I wanted, and we stan. New release you haven't read yet but wanted to. I was going to say originally nothing, but then I realized that one of the like Heartstopper volumes has been out for a while now, and I haven't read it yet because I've been like putting off everything on like tapas. So that, because Heartstopper is this webcomic. God, I am suffering. It's this webcomic that is basically about this guy, Charlie, who is gay, and it's very cute. It's written by Alice Oseman, and she is fantastic. I've read one of her books so far, Radio Silence, which was great, and I started reading the Heartstopper comics because I heard that they're really cute, and they are really cute, and that's basically like the new release that I haven't read yet, and I really need to. My most anticipated release, I'm not super good at following authors, but the one that I do want to read is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I read her Shades of Magic series, which I really liked, so I want to read this book, and from the blurb, it's basically about this girl called Addie LaRue, and she's immortal pretty much. And no one who like meets her ever remembers her until like one day where she meets someone who actually like does remember her, and like that's what the blurb says it's about, so it sounds pretty interesting. I hope it's good. I don't know when it's coming out, so like maybe it's like already out and I'm just like not good at keeping track of things, but yeah, that is my most anticipated release this year. For biggest disappointment, The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. I read The Maze Runner when I was, I don't know, when it was like popular, like before the movie came out, when like the dystopian craze was like a thing, and I really liked it, and I always meant to read the 2nd book, and I just like never got around to it, and now that I have read it, I like wish I'd never gotten around to it because it was just so boring. It was such a drag. I might like do a DNF books of like 2020 and like talk more about it then, but it was just basically like, it was just so boring. It was just incredibly boring, and I stopped caring about all the characters like halfway through the book. But I still finished it because I don't really know. But I like it's over now, and like I'm DNFing the series, and it was terrible, very disappointing. And also The Secret History, I'll link you to my video in case you care enough to watch that. Biggest surprise was probably Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. This book basically follows two families that kind of get caught up in a child custody situation. It was just, this book was just like twist after twist, but not in a way that felt like they're throwing it in there for drama. Like, it felt like genuinely these characters had like lived through these events and been shaped by these events. Like, it was like genuinely a part of their lives, which I just like, I really love that about this book. Every single surprise, fantastic. I like expected to like this book, but because a lot of people did, but I didn't really know that much about it, and when I read it, I was shooketh. Favorite new author, Madeline Miller. I read The Song of Achilles this year. I am broken inside. Yeah, I love her so much. She's fantastic. Every single line in that book made me scream. I'm in pain. This is agony. I love her so much. I want to like read all of her writing and then be a shell of my former self at the end of it. Like, that's what I want out of my life. She makes me feel so many emotions with her writing. I just love her so much. She's so good. Like, she is so good. I really need to do a full review for The Song of Achilles because I feel like I'm just like screaming at the void about how good Madeline Miller is and how good Song of Achilles is. That kind of feels like what this whole video is about. Newest fictional crush is actually the same as my newest favorite character, which is Gansey from the Raven Cycle, because Gansey, listen, Gansey, listen, Gansey, listen, Gansey, listen, Gansey, listen. I literally did not shut up about how much I love Gansey for like several weeks after I read The Raven Cycle. All of my friends were just like, Alexa, shut the fuck up. Like, no one needs to hear this. Like, we know you love Gansey. Like, we get it. Like, you can stop talking about it now. And I literally did not stop. I was like in love with him. If there were ever a character who like perfectly encompassed my type, it would be Gansey. I was just so, oh my god, I am such a like me from when I was in middle school. But like, listen, if there's like, listen, when he started talking about Glendower out of nowhere, I was like, that's my boy. I am in love with him. I am obsessed with him. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Books that made you cry. Listen, everything makes me cry. I am a disaster as a person, but notably The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, And the Mountains Echoed by Khaled Hosseini, and the Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. If you ask me about a book, chances are it did make me cry, but these are the notable ones that made me cry. And also I didn't want my answer for this question to just be like all of them. So yes. Book that made you happy. I was originally gonna say none of the books I read like made me happy, which is a sad thing to say, but then I realized I read Heartstopper this year, and like, Heartstopper is so like cute. Like, it's just so cute. It's adorable. Like, it is just so goddamn cute. Like, they're so cute, and my heart was so happy. So my answer to that question is Heartstopper. My favorite book to movie adaptation was To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It's the only one that I can currently remember that I watched, but I like thought through my answers before I started making this video, and I like went through my memory for like which movies I watched this year, so it must be true. What I want to say about this adaptation is that I really did not like Lara Jean in the book at all, but I loved her in the movie, so that's why I really like the movie adaptation, and that's why it's better than the book, which is a phrase I would never have said like 5 years ago, but I would have been wrong. Favorite review, probably my like video review of Dracula. I literally just shat on Bram Stoker for like several minutes, but it's okay, he deserves it. Most beautiful book I got this year was Circe by Madeline Miller. It's like at my university, but I got it from Book of the Month. Spent like $10 on it. Wow, what a deal for a hardcover in this economy. It was just, I really want to read the book, of course, but like the cover is just stunning. It's just beautiful. Like it just like makes me feel emotions, which is great for a book cover. I mean, like if the book cover is like that, like how good will the book be, right? Last question is, I don't know why I did that. Last question is books to read before the end of the year. And I have a lot of books to read before the end of the year. I actually have a TBR on Goodreads that currently has 80 books, so I have no idea how I'll get to all of them before the end of the year. I probably won't, but the notable ones that I like definitely want to finish before the end of the year this year are Emma by Jane Austen, because I wanted to watch the movie, and I don't want to watch the movie before I read the book because I really hate doing that, especially with like classics, because I did that with Little Women and I just like, I just don't like doing that. So Emma by Jane Austen, and then I have four books that I got from Book of the Month, and I need to read all of those. They are Things in Jars, Daisy Jones and the Six, Writers and Lovers, and Circe. And I need to read those before the end of the year because I paid money for them, unlike every other book on this that I read this year, which I like borrowed or already owned. Well, no, I actually didn't read any that I already owned, I think, which I borrowed from the library or borrowed from my friend or borrowed from the internet. So yeah, that's my mid-year book freakout tag. Thank you for coming to my channel. I'm gonna go now. Okay. Bye.